Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to Diamond Hands Trading Channel. My name's Barney XBT. Today is January 17th. I was supposed to do this video yesterday. This video is the weekly alpha update. We're going to be doing these every week. And I'm just basically going to go over the weekly close for Bitcoin and Ethereum and any chart requests you guys had. I know we had a few in the Telegram channel, if I'm looking correctly. We saw DOT, Mana, Litecoin, Optimism, and then TRB. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll have a look at it for you. So the video is primarily going to be just analyzing Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we'll just briefly go over all of those altcoin charts, and I'll throw a couple more in there like Solana, Doge, maybe Link. I'm actually liking at the moment. So first off, I'm going to go straight into what we're looking at for Bitcoin. So this is the daily. As you all know, the range that we've had mapped out for the past 2 months since the FTX crash has been from this 15.4K level to around 18.2, and we wicked it once here. This was the top here on November 10th, and we had that really strong daily close on last Thursday, January 12th, and it was so strong, in fact, it actually closed within the previous range. Right, so when we had this daily, that's when I posted the emergency update, like are we out of the bear market video. That's on my channel if you haven't seen it. I could put the link for that in the description of this video as well. But when I saw that, my target was, an attempt at the previous mid-range. So 21.4, 21.5, which was like the top here right before the FTX crash. So we just kind of wicked into it and then failed. So yeah, there's a few things that could go on here. I know a lot of you are probably sidelined, and I'm trying to cater this video mainly to those who are like they're not sure what to do, whether they should just, degenerately long now at these prices, hoping we just break through this, which honestly seems more likely than not, and what levels you would look to do that. So for bullish continuation, like maybe we get like a couple more like rejections and we actually take out a low, these lows here, wipe out all these late longs, probably down to like 20K. I would look for another level that's been respected as support. Maybe this wick right here. Yeah, and you could see how like resistance, 20K is also a big like mental area for resistance, and you can just see here. All right, so we know like this 20,000 level would be perfect. If price were to just reject here, maybe wick out these shorts first, a little bit of chop, come back down. This is where I would want to like catch a long if I could. Right around 20K, targeting the top of the range. So take profit 1 would be like here, and then take profit 2. Okay, and you would do something like that. So if it came down to 20 and everyone's like, oh, the rally's over, that's actually where you're going to be wanting to buy, going against the grain, right? If we don't get something like this, okay, let me just take all that away. If we don't get something like that, and we actually do pump above it, close above 21.5, and then we just kind of like start taking off more like we did here in this area, then you're going to want to go long up here. You know what I mean? So basically you want to have a plan for every scenario. Doesn't matter whether price action is bullish, doesn't matter whether it's bearish. You have a plan that you're going to, if it breaks out, we have a bullish breakout of this previous huge resistance level we've been in since like the end of June. I'll long that 21.5 with my stop right around there, targeting top of the range, right? So there you go. There's a nice 3 risk-reward ratio of 3.24. That's how I would play it. You know what I mean? If you see a bullish breakout of this 21.5, you're just going to want to market long. That's what I would do. Not financial advice, of course. And then the other scenario where we make a nice pullback, maybe this is the top. Like, I'm not sure. Anyone who like says we're actually out of the bear market, they know exactly what's going on, don't listen to them. Because in my experience, people are too cocky, always end up losing a lot of money. I simply don't know. We've had a very strong move. Look at this leg. It's unbelievable. Just straight up. You know, so where is the path of least resistance? If this momentum is, you know, as strong as it's claiming to be, we're just kind of like stalling at this mid-range for a minute. No one thought we'd even be here a week ago. But it seems more likely to me that we do just smash through it. Close above these highs, the 21.5, and then maybe a retest, and we'll kind of go throughout there. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. 21.5 is the level I need to see flipped for bullish continuation, targeting the top of the range around 24.2. Okay. Something else I like to do, and why I want to wait for these weekly alpha updates to be on Tuesdays instead of Mondays, like the weekly open, is because if you're wanting to scalp throughout the week, the price action that Monday sets is kind of like where the range you're going to trade in for the week. So all you're going to do is simply take your range tool, drag it from the bottom of Monday's low to the top of Monday's high, right there. Okay, and now I can go down to maybe the 15-minute, and let's have a look at this price action. So where is it? That was Monday's high, this is Monday's low. Okay, cool. Yeah, so now you can just see how, you know, we have our top we have set, have our bottom right around 20.6, came up, short the 21.5 again. You know, you can always take profit at the mid-range, at least partial profits. And yeah, we're just probably going to go within this level for a while. And this level is going to decide this range is going to decide which way we break. So, you know, I could just keep going up and down throughout here. But as soon as we see an actual break in market structure and close below, you know, then that will signify whether we're going up or below this range. A close below and you know, difficulty to get back in. If it does get a nice slight bounce, then that's bearish, and we would consider looking for our 20,000, you know, maybe even 19,000 level to look at, right? 19.7. You'll just simply look at one of those lows, and that'll be your target. And then what I like to do is always take profit midway at something like that. Okay. So that's what I like to do. Now we're going to move on to Ethereum. Let's go to the daily. I'm going to make it quick and sweet. It's basically the same chart, just extremely bullish. I have way too many lines here, I think, but you know, we can delete some of them. But yeah, just look at this beautiful leg up we have. It's just unreal. Yeah, I'm not sure really what to say about it. So we have the same kind of range set up as I did for Bitcoin. This was the range we were, oh, whoops. There we go. This was the range we were looking at before this breakout not too long ago. I'll go down to 2 hours so we can view that. Yeah, so we were just going between like 13.15 and 13.41. Just A, B, C. And then we finally had that huge break here. I've retested the 1360 level, and then it's been up only ever since. As you can see, we just kind of like mooned up to that $1,600 level, And I don't like this current 2-hour. Actually, now that we're looking at it, is this real? Yeah, like that doesn't look great. You know what I mean? So this is obviously resistance, 1595. I have that marked from the high of October 26th. It was the extreme of the wick. And yeah, I mean, my best bet is we do get a pullback. I think this daily candle could have possibly, people might have had their stops here. You know what I mean? Maybe they have them up here. Like that's the area of the most liquidity that would probably push us to that 1729. So if bulls wanted to trigger these stop losses, the intense buying pressure to be forced would have us push to 1729. Yeah, but just looking at this, I know we said we had our triple bottom pattern not too long ago, back in like December and January. Whoever was watching those trades, we longed the breakout of 1196, like right around 1200, and we sold everything. I sold everything around 1250. I did not expect a move this big, and that hurts, you know, because all I had to do was simply hold the winning trade we had. Never went back below our level, ever. And I've done that a lot, you know, where I've held longs that I thought were from the bottom, and sometimes I get lucky. Like the Solana trade that I went long at $8.25. Like I'm still holding 15 or 20% of that total value, even though it's pumped almost 200%. There's also been a lot of times, you know, between every great story, there was a lot of lessons that were learned. There was times I've longed and like been in profit and then just completely get wiped out, and I refuse. You know, I didn't have my risk set properly. You know, these are all lessons you're going to learn just from making mistakes. If you can learn from my mistakes, then that would be amazing. Learn from videos like this, traders like Trader SZ, Trader Main, Cred, all of these guys, you know, put out this free content there for you. And if you can learn from, you know, I don't know if a lot of them are as honest as I am. I'm maybe a little too honest. But, you know, if they're open about their mistakes and the things they've done wrong, and they don't pretend to be some crazy good trader that's constantly making money no matter what, that's who I would want to listen to. Because it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Like, the dark side of trading would be, you know, you're constantly in a state of, you have no fucking clue what's going on, right? And am I in the right position? You know, looking back, you know, Captain Hindsight, it's obvious all you had to do was go long this breakout, but you didn't know. Everything's been super bearish. Could have just had another way down and retested these lows again, maybe took them out and then a reclaim, right? This was just incredibly bullish. And don't beat yourself up about it, is basically what I'm trying to say, if you didn't catch the move, right? Because if we actually are in bullish price action again, and we get a bullish confirmation, which really is until we get above these highs daily close, then you will have plenty of chances to... All right, so next we're going to look at the weekly. This is for Ethereum. Now this I had set up in the past where we had a head and shoulders pattern. This was kind of like our resistance area at 4,400. Never kind of made it here. We made that lower high in April. We ended up taking that neckline of support, which was like 1750, and closed below it here in June. And that's kind of what started the bear market. We had that triple bottom pattern in May. You know, we had those 3 taps of 1750, always closed back up. And then we had that next move up for a new all-time high. Now, looking at where we are, this current weekly was very strong, closing at 1547. For the bear market to really be over, I would want to see a close above 2,000, right? Or at the very least above the 1750 area, which is what we treated as support back in the last mini bear market, which was the summer of 2021, roughly from May to the end of July. Right, so that's what I want to see to think we're going to get some bullish continuation. Yeah, something like this, close, and that would be awesome. You know, up to 2,600. Bitcoin, kind of the same thing. You know, nice close above this 24,200. We can start talking about 28K, 30K. You know, going off these lows here, right with this close, you can see it's also where it wicked up in May 2022, rejected. I would start talking about 32K. Yeah, 28K being like take profit one or take profit all of it if it does some major resistance. So that's my thoughts. That's our weekly update. Basically, just do the same principle as I did for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, or any alt you're really paying attention to. Let's go back to the daily. We're simply going to, I should delete that because that's messy. Take our fib retracement tool, or I have it set so it gives me my range. Go from Monday's low to Monday's high. Back down to the 15-minute. Zoom in. And now we have, you know, our trading range for the week. Break out above. Start holding that 1,600 area. That's bullish. We're going to go for those highs that they did, I guess Friday night. 1660, 1650. Like that would be the new target if we were to break out of there. Right now we're currently still holding the midline, which is 1560, 63 essentially. And that bottom is going to be like 1520. So, like I always say when trading the range, you can go long or short depending on, you know, what's going on at the midline, but the risk reward isn't really there because you could short unless you're like really positive it's going to happen. You know, if you're extremely confident, right now it looks like it's holding it. We've had 3 15 minutes in a row, but it keeps coming down to this 1563 area. So I'm not interested in longing, even though it could go up here. The point is, if it was to go up here, and it did have a breakout of the range, then I would just go long here, because now I have more confirmations, bullish. We've had a bullish breakout of our Monday range, and now I can go long here at 1,600, targeting 1,650. Okay? And the same thing goes for the opposite. Like maybe it does look bearish here because it keeps wicking into this level and like it can't seem to actually bounce. You know, maybe you can take a small short if it comes below and gives you that nice rejection of the midline. Stops being above these highs right here. And you can target here, and then maybe you get a breakout there, and then you would mainly take all profit off here, and then you just re-long if you get this scenario shown here, where we close below the range, a retest of the range, rejection, then you would go short again. Okay? So that's Bitcoin and Ethereum in a nutshell. I've shown you both ranges. Now we can hop into our alts. Now DOT was the first one I had seen. I don't know what's happening on this 15-minute right now. I've been paying attention to the market, but it's kind of ridiculous. Let's see the price range between these 2 points. 5%. So a 5% pump from this low in 45 minutes. and then a complete retracement another 45 minutes later. So today's obviously not a great day to trade. So hopefully you're watching this video and not degenerately gambling the market. Okay. I'm gonna go to high time frame mostly. We can do the exact same technique we've done for Bitcoin and ETH. We're gonna do Monday's range. You know, alts look a little different because they were making new lows where Bitcoin and Ethereum really weren't. Like this was DOT only 2 weeks ago, sitting at $4.24. So it just had green dailies. I don't think there's one red one. There was one here, Saturday, January 7th. But other than that, everything was green for like a week or two straight. Yeah, 2 weeks. So this is our new range we're going to be paying attention to, which is between $6.10, guys, and $5.60. So it's kind of like a 10% spread. Let's go down to the 30-minute, and that's what you guys are going to be trading. You can maybe bring it up here if you'd like. And it looks more accurate. Just Monday's high and Monday's low. You know, so this is an example of a swing failure, or just, this is what you would say when, okay, we had a bullish breakout on the 30-minute. It closed above the range, so everyone's like waiting to go long here at 610 for like that nice retest. We want to see it held as support, but it just plowed right through it and didn't even give you a rejection yet again. So this is what they call, you know, very volatile daily price action, and not ideal to be trading in, you know, because this is a little ridiculous. 5% pump and 5% retrace, all within a span of an hour and a half, is really, you can get caught up and liquidated really fast, even with something like 20x leverage. 20x leverage, if you had gone long here at 595 2 hours ago, you probably would have doubled your money if you sold at the top, but you probably wouldn't have, right? Probably maybe took a little bit of profit because you listened to Barney, but you probably wouldn't have, and then the whole thing would have retraced in this candle, and then you're gonna be asking yourself, oh, it's gonna go back up, everything's super bullish, you know, no way, and then this retraces all the way back below your entry, and now it looks like if you had done that, it is treating your entry as resistance. So yeah, that's kind of like what you want to stay away from. I'm going to try and keep it short. I'm rambling on again. But yeah, DOT looks good. Obviously very strong leg up that we currently have. Just pay attention to the Monday's range, and this will decide whether we get a pullback or we ascend up to the next level. Next level, I would say, would be, you know, either here around 680. You can just see how it's kind of respected that level a lot. And if you really want to be optimistic, you could go for like these highs here, right around 740. So that'd be your next range if you were to break into it. Okay? So that's DOT. I think I saw Litecoin on there. We'll do that next. Litecoin's a really bullish one, you know, long term. I also haven't had my indicators on. Let's turn them on real quick. So this is your daily for Litecoin. And every time I got a sell signal from the asteroids belt, price kind of dumped 20%. You know, maybe it didn't here. So it's not always accurate. It's still pumped through that one. So that one was failed. Good, bad, good, good. Was a little late, but still happened. And now we got this one. Not to mention, we're at the third reversion line, which would be the top red line, as if we were like, you want to be super bullish when price is holding this bottom green line of support. That would indicate the reversal of the bear trend and that we're starting to go bullish. But the opposite is the same for when we're having bullish price action. So when we're holding this last reversion line as resistance, then that is kind of where it's just signifying a top, or maybe a reversal of this bullish trend, because it has pumped a good bit from this first buy signal we got right here in June, about 120%. So, I mean, like I said on the Telegram the other day, I've been wanting to short $90. This is like this little eclipse area. Something even funnier. I don't know if everyone understood it when I said it, but it was just funny that I made this little eclipse of an area I wanted to go short, and it ended up being resistance, and then sort of, it was support if you go on low time frame. Yeah, then we broke back below it. Then this was resistance. It was funny to see that. That's why I said make it make sense. It's like it just doesn't make sense sometimes. Yeah, so Litecoin, weekly close, extremely bullish, closed above this common coloring line. Kind of like a nice retest we had that dipped to $83. Then the fact that we've pumped all the way back up already, and it's only Tuesday morning, is pretty crazy. This is the trend we've got from the bottom as well. Let's have a look at that on the daily. I'll turn these off again because they can get confusing. That's why I had them off in the first place. Yeah, so that's our trend, right? So we broke below it here in September, came back up, had that FTX crash, but quickly got back in. That's when people started realizing that Litecoin was super bullish. One more dip below, and now we're back above the trend again. So any retest of the trend, if you can get it, which would be roughly around $82, $81, would be a giga-long area for me. And I would probably buy in within this area. Really, I don't get bearish unless we take out this low, around $72. Okay, so that's Litecoin. I would most certainly buy spot. I'm super bullish on it going into the next year. If you're not the type of investor or trader that wants to, day trade Litecoin, it's a very safe bet, man. I don't know if those of you keep in touch with traditional markets as well. I think silver is going to do extremely well this year, especially with inflation, the dollar. Precious metals have been suppressed for far too long, and if I was to guess, you guys know I'm a betting man. If silver pumps, I think Litecoin will also giga pump. It's simply just the silver to Bitcoin as silver is the silver to gold. They go hand in hand. A lot of people don't know this. Litecoin was the second cryptocurrency ever created. It is the exact same as Bitcoin, except for it's 4 times the supply. Right? So that's Litecoin. Next, keep forgetting what you guys had said. We'll do Mana and Op, and I'll do Sol. Okay? I don't think I have Mana on here, but I do have Op, so let's do that one first. I know it's been super bullish the past couple days. This is BYBIT's chart, which I guess it was only launched in June. But yeah, I mean, everything looks pretty good. Nice leg up, get above $2 and start treating that as support, then that's where you really want to buy, because we're going to start going to price discovery. I might be wrong about that. I don't know the actual price of op? Like, what was the all-time high? CoinGecko is our resource for that, guys. Always remember. Op. Okay. Load. Yes, that I'm actually right. That was our all-time high. I forgot that. So it actually came out in June. For some reason, I was thinking, was it older? It's older than it was. So we're almost at all-time high for this. No one is talking about this. So yes, op is one I would like to buy. If you haven't already, down at these lows, it's definitely one I would like to hold. I would do the same thing. Monday's range. You know, you can just see they kind of wicked everybody out a few hours ago. Back down now, treating the midline as resistance. So just simply trade the range, guys. If you're going to day trade it, if you're looking to buy spot, I would just direct cost average and slowly. If you have a bag, I definitely wouldn't sell it because you're literally this close away from all-time high. And who knows, the sky is the limit if you start treating that level as support, right? Because we have literally no resistance to go off of. So our range from Monday high to Monday low, 189 to like 170. Okay, so just simply play that and you will be fine. Okay, that's optimism. We'll look at mana. Just look at Binance is fine. Wow, that looks really good, guys. That's like I don't even know what to describe that. Just a total like did not. Mana's at 28 cents. I don't think so. Just pumped it all the way back up to these FTX highs. Wow. That looks incredibly bullish, guys. Whoever requested mana, if you have a bag, do not sell it. If you are long from down in this area, do not sell it. It really does look like it's about, I mean, even this current daily looks better than most. Again, this resistance I'm weary about. I would rather than go long now and have a better entry. I would rather we have a nice close above it. Gives me that bullish confirmation. And then if it comes back down to retest it and it holds, that's the key. If it holds this level of support, then I can go long. Validation below those lows. Something like that. And then I can do my next targets being here. We got these highs here. Yeah. That's how you come up with a trading plan. Take profit 1, 84 cents. Take profit 2, all the way up here for a 30% move and a risk reward ratio of 3 to 1. Go long now because this could technically still be resistance. If you want to protect yourself, say you do hold a bag, you can always go short or open up some puts. Stop below like that. And that would be the opposite scenario, right? So I'll go for these lows. And then maybe we could take a midpoint for take profit 1, take profit 2. So that would be my short plan, and I just showed you the long plan. Okay? Hopefully that is helpful. Next and last, I guess we'll do Solana too. But let's do TRB because I have no idea what that is, if I even find it. Okay. Let's see. So definitely not as clean. Definitely has not pumped as much as other coins, it seems to me. This is not something I would want to trade. If you do hold a bag, all I would do is right off the bat is go for these lows here, right in January 2022. It's roughly like a year ago. And you can just see how it's treated as support, resistance, broke above, blah, 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 blah. Over and over again. And we're simply there again. Now this one is so volatile, even if it did have a nice break above and close above here, and a retest, I still would not be super convinced that I would want to long this. You know what I mean? Because it did the exact same thing here. Had a nice close above, retest, but instead of you know, having a bounce, it literally just went and took out these lows and liquidated anyone, or people panic sold if they're holding spot, etc. All right, so that's TRB. Not something I would look to day trade. If you did buy lower, this is where I would take some off. Say I would wicked into this $16.70 range. Flip of that, then that's, you know, technically bullish confirmation. Maybe you get a nice move like that. So it's just definitely more high risk. If whoever asked that. All right. Last but not least, I'm going to do Solana. So this kind of looks like a local top. Does it not? Something I like to look at is if you look at the bottom. I don't know if this chart's exactly the same as this one. Hold on. But the bottom of June and July 2021 was roughly like this area here that we're currently at. Like $22, $23. Like that's how I turned the original $800 into 200K, because I went long here with 20x and held it the entire way up and actually continuously added to the position in this area on FTX, which other exchanges don't allow you to do that. But essentially, FTX, if I was to have positive PNL, I could immediately use that PNL, even though it's unrealized, as collateral to increase the size of position. So I was continuously increasing it throughout here, and then we had this move up to $80, and I was also trading Doge. So I was already at 200K from right here. I just unfortunately sold because it had already done like a 3x. I just didn't expect we'd do a 10x, you know. But anyway, weekly open, weekly close is the priority that we're paying attention to right now. So we had a nice bullish close. Technically, the low we need to get above is $26. So if this weekly were to get above 26 and close there, that's a bullish confirmation to me. And a nice retest, maybe a range in between this area, and then we could talk about finally taking out these highs. Right? So right now, all it technically is a bearish retest. And I know a lot of you don't like to hear that. It's super, everyone's a bull right now. It makes sense to be a bull because of the nice move we had up. But if you zoom out and you look at this weekly, does that look like it's going to continue? It didn't even make it up to these highs. Or these lows, I mean. And then this was your market structure break with FTX. And even if you don't go off that one, you go off here. Maybe that's more accurate. Like right where that one closed at $30. You know, the bear market for Solana is not over until I see a high time frame close, a weekly close, daily, whatever, above $30. But for the meantime, we'll go at 26. We'll probably just range throughout here for quite a while. If we do break into it, and then the market will decide. So, yeah, daily, do our handy dandy trick. Monday's low, Monday's high. You know, we're having a big problem. We could drag this actually even more, so we can see how it's been in it. And there you go. This is your plan right now. We're shorting 25 bucks if we get it. We're buying $22.30 if we get it. Your midpoint for the range being 23.60, which we're currently rejecting. If you are just wanting to go long, even here, I'd have your stops like below this 22.80 level, targeting the top of the range. However, confirmation is not there. I wouldn't be too sure in that trade. I would be personally looking for a sweep of these lows, like anywhere down here, or even these ones. Like, so this is our range, right? These lows were made before, like on Sunday, I think. So if it was to come back below, sweep those lows, nice swing failure pattern, closes above, and then has a nice reclaim of the range, that's where I'd like to go long. Maybe I would degenerately gamble and go long a little bit if I saw those lows get taken out, like very small just to start it off. But most certainly not where I would just market long 20x leverage. Be like where I'd market long maybe 2x. You know, and then add when I see that reclaim. Okay, so I think I've gone over quite a bit. Hopefully this video was helpful. Maybe I'll look at Adam one last one, because this is one that I love. For those who followed that trade, congratulations. When I told everyone to long $9, originally only targeting 10, here we are above 12. Yeah, I mean, it looks great. It's still technically a lower high for right now. There's really, you know, all it is a nice downtrend. If you draw a downtrend from these two wicks and extend, you can see I was rejected here in November, and I just tapped it again on Saturday. So nothing bullish yet. Just a bearish retest, honestly. That's why I don't like the sentiment on Twitter that everyone's super bull. We have no confirmation of that happening, and like a lot of these influencers, if you want to call them, are just telling you to buy the top. And I feel like that's stupid. Everyone should be level-headed when we're obviously at resistance. You know, there's no sign that this is going to break above and start holding this downtrend as support. We know as a flip, so we flip the downtrend. No evidence of that. Yeah, I could go on and on about influencers on crypto Twitter that I don't agree with, but I won't name any names. But yeah, that's kind of the end of this video. If you found it helpful, I'm going to do these every Tuesday, so we can do that little trick where we go for off Monday's high and Monday's low. And we'll just simply go over the weekly open every week. If you find them helpful, you know, please like and subscribe. I appreciate that. You can join the community Telegram. Link for that is in the description if you're not already in it. And that's where I post all my trades. You can post all yours. And yeah, hopefully this video was helpful. I'll see you next week, guys. Later.